Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch, welcome back to another installment here on the Bodybuilding News Network. If you enjoy this style of content, consider subscribing and helping me retire my parents in 2024. Now we have a side by side, and in some of the shots by side, a 3 side-by-sides comparison of HADI CHOOPAN from the 2019 Vancouver Pro, where he qualified for his first Olympia, versus the most recent 2023 Mr. Olympia. Let's go ahead and jump into some of these shots. We have the 2017, where he did the Monster Zim in the 212, where he placed second behind Flex Lewis. Now, some of those shots, we do have them, some of them we don't. So we're just going to go with what we have here. And what I would say from 2019 to 2023 is that HADI has grown overall in the midsection and in the lats, but I don't know if it's exactly better, if it's for the best here. Now, the midsection, I would say, looks smaller and tighter in 2019, and I'd also say there's a huge difference in the leg quality in detail. And now the question will be, does his shoulders look as suspicious in 2019 as they do in 2023? I'd say they definitely don't look as suspicious in 2017, but I'd say 2019 and 2023 are very comparable in the shoulder department. Moving into the front double bicep, we do have all 3 shots here. And again, I would say the same thing. The midsection of the legs look, in my opinion, of course, much better in 2019. The chest, the lats, and the arms, I would say, look better in 2023. And the question I know you're wondering is, well, Josh, Mr. Sanch here at BNN, doesn't he have a torn bicep? Doesn't he have a imbalance in the arm department? And I will say yes, but typically he poses to a side, if you can tell. In 19 and 23, he's posing to the side. He knows where the camera is, and he cants his body, so you can't tell it as much. In 2017, it does seem that the right arm is smaller than the left. For some reason, my mind wants me to think it's smaller, or it actually is. Now, these next 2 shots, we don't have a side tricep from HADI CHOOPAN from 2023. He simply just doesn't hit it during his finals or his prejudging, and it is kind of surprising. Also, the finals footage is absolute trash because of all the smoke. So, maybe we don't do that in 2024, guys. How about that? Not that anyone actually listens to me, but hey, I'm going to talk anyways, because we'll be here for the next 30 years complaining about bodybuilding, trying to make it better. Now, 2019 to 2023, side tricep. Okay, let's get it out of the way. The legs do actually look better in 2023, and that's because he's been able to put on a lot of muscle. And for some reason, it doesn't show in the other shots, but it does show in this side tricep shot. A lot of density, a lot of thickness in those quads and hamstrings, and even in the glutes, it looks like they're significantly grown. The shoulders and the triceps, I would say, look similar. The chest also looks similar, but a little bit more grainy, a little bit more thick and dense. And the midsection clearly has grown into 2023, as it does for anyone who's training the way HADI does. The form is not perfect, which can result in some midsection growth. Moving into the back double bicep, we have a phenomenal all 3 comparisons here, making it fun here on BNN. And I would say, again, the hamstrings and the glutes have grown in 2023, but I don't know if it's grown enough to make it really considerable compared to 2019. I would honestly like to say that I like the detail and conditioning better in 2019, but in 2023, the density in the traps and the delts and the lats and the rhomboids and the spinal erectors, the lower traps, all of that looks much improved in 2023. And of course, I'd hope so with a good 4 years of growing. But regardless, I still want to point it out. Even from 17 to 19, you can see some substantial growth in the density of the muscle. And then the back lat spread, we do not have one from 2017, but the the rear relax is not a good shot for him. It looks very funky. Those shoulders look very suspicious. But in the rear lat spread, I think that they do look somewhat loyal. And honestly, the lighting from 2023 was just atrocious. I mean, him and Derek, the physiques look almost identical just because it's so dark. I really hope that they fix that. And, you know, I gave Dan Solomon, the president, I gave him a lot of praise in our interview. Make sure you check it out here on the channel. Gave him a lot of praise about the show. I thought it was a phenomenal show. I enjoyed it a lot when I was there in person. Retrospectively, looking at it, there's definitely, I would say, a lot of room for improvement. And I'm hoping that the Olympia team can make that improvement. We're going back to Las Vegas. We're getting a new venue. Hopefully they're hiring new lighting people. But overall, I almost want to say 2019 looked better in that lat spread, in the rear lat. The most muscular, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. The 2019 version just keeps jumping out at me. The level of detail in the legs and the tight midsection. I really want to just say that 2019, 2020 probably were the best versions that we had of HADI CHOOPAN. Now, clearly he won the Olympia in 2022, so you definitely have to wonder, was that like that courtesy thing? They're like, hey man, you've been doing this for so long, you've been making bodybuilding amazing and exciting, here's your Olympia title. Now, you're never going to win it again. I don't know if that's what actually is going to happen. I'm sure the Iranian fans don't want to hear that, but looking at the current crop of athletes coming up in the ranks and the comeback of Nick Walker and maybe Samson Dowda shows up in shape for one of these shows. Maybe he's able to get the Olympia. I'm sure he will eventually win the Mr. Olympia title. I don't think he's going to be like a Kai Green and just like be the number 2 or 3 forever. I genuinely think he will win an Olympia title once he shows up in shape. And moving in last but certainly not least, the abs and thigh. Again, I'm going to say I like the 2019 version better. The legs, the midsection are just so much nicer. I would say the arms look a little more improved in 2023, but there's not a lot of detail, not a lot of separation in those arms. They look, I don't know, they don't look very good in this shot. But hey, this is an ab and thigh shot. We should be looking at the ab and thigh, right? I'm sure that's what you're thinking. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a fun little comparison. Definitely let me know your thoughts down below on the 2019 versus 2023. And of course, if you have stories you'd want me to cover, definitely drop them in the comment sections below, and we will discuss them in an upcoming episode. I'm your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network, Josh Sanj. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this whole video. Consider subscribing and helping me retire my parents in 2024. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tonight for another Bodybuilding Today episode, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.